Hi everybody from Reno. This is not my house. This is just a couch in my hotel room. And I'm super excited today, not only to be here with you on my 30th day, crazy, but also because right after this, I'm heading over to meet with a group of incredible, beautiful souls, and we're going to talk all about narcissists and what it is to get over them for good. So I want to say first that I have really loved doing all these Facebook Lives. For many of you who saw my initial post, my very first one, when it took me literally an hour to push the button to go live because I was so scared. It's like, what am I going to talk about? I figured that out pretty easily. What am I going to say? Figured that out pretty easily. And so many of you who saw that first one where I was just like, I was so nervous. And really the second day I wasn't nervous anymore. I just really love connecting with all of you. I really love seeing how everybody is here for each other too, and giving people, you know, in the comments, supporting one another. That's awesome. And how we created this victim blaming free space and fence sitter free space. I mean, there may be fence sitters peeking in like flying monkeys and stuff, but we don't care about that because whatever. Hope you enjoy your stay, I say to those people. If you're going to report back to your boss, as I've said over and over again, please tell your boss that, yeah, I'm still talking. Even though this is my 30th of my 30-day Facebook Lives, this is by far not me quitting anything. It's just I'll figure out a new way to do this, and I don't quite know what it's going to look like. Maybe I'll do these once a week, or who knows? The world is wide open. We can do whatever we want. That said, and I'm just going to talk just a little bit for people to join, because I am going to announce the winners of my, I don't have a book with me. It's over there, so I'm not going to get it. But anyway, you know my book. The winners of a signed copy that I will mail to you at no expense, of course, to you. I am excited, and I'll probably I'll give out more copies as time goes on, because it's not going to be in bookstores until next, I think May. It'll be in Barnes & Noble finally, so that'll be huge, but I'll keep you all updated on that. So this is great that you can, you know, get one of the very first hard copies. I've sent some out to other people too, friends of mine, because it's super exciting. I got my boxes full of my books, and this is a special moment for me. One of the other things that I've really loved about this, doing these videos, is to see how supportive not only all of you are for me. So many of you have, and of course before these Facebook Lives too, so many of you have really shown me that extra love and support, sending me private messages and reaching out to me. I super appreciate that. I'm actually really excited today after this, when I do go to this event, is that one of my Facebook friends, who has now been a fellow warrior, abuse survivor herself, that I've known now for a few years over Facebook. She's been an awesome support to me, and I am in awe of her strength to get where she has today and what she's escaped, and now is speaking out and doing her own thing and living her fabulous life and all of that. So I'm super excited because I get to meet her in person today. Annette, I'm talking about you. This could be dangerous. I don't know, but I'm really excited. But I love Facebook for this reason, right? And, you know, not just the lives, but just being able to reach out and connect with you all. I will say that this was instrumental when I first started. I wasn't really telling my story yet because I was too scared and I felt really alone. And I was also, you know, being stalked and cyber stalked and all of that. This was years ago. And so I wasn't in a place where I could fully, you know, dive into the social media pool and start speaking. But Facebook was a super safe place for me because I could find others who were to let me know that I wasn't alone on this journey, right? Because we're all on the same road. Now I just happen to be farther down it, so I have that perspective and hindsight of what it takes to get here. But way back when, I was at the beginning of that journey too, just like some of you are. So that's another reason I love doing these. Also, if any of you, because, you know, I'll just be on like 30 minutes today because, which will be the first time. I said at the beginning there's going to be 30 minutes. Yeah, that's never happened. In fact, it's closer like to an hour. But today I actually have to make it 30 minutes. I have to keep an eye on the time because I got to go to meet these fabulous people. But if you know, I had a Q&A on Thursday, and I know a lot of you had questions that I didn't get a chance to answer because of time. So if you have some, you know, questions that that you want to chat about, or just some comments about maybe your own experience or something that you can share of your own story that might be helpful to others here, that would be awesome. Okay, so the main reason that I did these Facebook Lives and why I do all of the writing that I do is just to, is to shed light on the darkness of what it is to be in a relationship with a narcissist. It's really that simple, because darkness cannot exist when light is, you know, light pushes out the darkness, right? So that's what our words do for any of you. And that has been my purpose and intention these last couple of years, is that when we get to a place where we feel empowered and we are emotionally detached from our past, and we have that knowledge of what it takes to survive something so awful as loving a narcissist, right? What do I always say about narcissists? What's it like to love a narcissist? Picture somebody that you love more than anything in the world, more than anyone in the world, that you've invested your heart, mind, soul, and spirit into, and trusted, and maybe had children with. And then one day they just reach right inside and yank out your heart and eat it in front of you. I hate to be all like Hannibal Lecter-ish about it, but really that's narcissists in a nutshell. So it's super important that those of us who are able to have that voice and to shed light and let those of you who are still in the darkness know that you're not alone, because you're not alone. I used to think I was alone. I wasn't. You get to a place where you're with a narcissist, especially toward the end. However, it doesn't matter how long you're with him or her. Remember, change pronouns if you need to. It doesn't matter. The damage is real, and it can leave what can be lifelong scars, right? But the point is we want those to turn into scars, right? We don't want to continue our life with these open wounds. So that's my purpose with all of this, is to help as many women as I can. I work with women who are ready to get over their narcissistic ex for good, forever, rear view mirror, right? We're all clear on that, like always and forever, never, ever, ever going back. That's what my goal is, you know, shedding light on that darkness to let y'all know that you're not alone. I've been there. I know what it's like to not only be in that horrible place, but also when you are thinking of escaping or you have recently escaped, also being in that place where some people aren't believing you, right? That's the victim blaming. Some people aren't fully coming to your side. Those are the fence sitters, or people who could even be your closest friends or family members who are like, nah, we decided we're going to go over to that side, right? We're going to go to bat for the narcissist. So these are all painful, painful experiences. Understanding that you're not alone in this, and that, you know, those of us who have been there know the pain that you're feeling. We believe you. And also to let you know that there is hope for you. Trust me, if there was hope for me, because I was the most hopeless gal in the entire world, especially, I would say 2011 was the worst year of my life. There was no hope in my world. I knew the sun was there, but I couldn't, you know, I knew the light was there, but I couldn't feel it. I've told a lot of you that when I escaped, it felt like getting out of solitary confinement after years and years spent. So with that, and again, whatever comments you have, you know, because I am running short on time just today to do this last Facebook Live, or any questions about either my story, what it is to tell your own story, what it is to recover and heal from a narcissist, what these terms are, you know, like gaslighting, love bombing, hoovering, all that. My God, we should have a narcissist dictionary that we can just study up on. I would be happy to answer, you know, in the time allotted, any of those questions. Okay, so I am going to just real quickly announce the names of, for those of you who are not here live and are just watching the recording, I just want you to know that I will announce your names for my book. And once I get back home, because I didn't bring all of those books to Reno, because that would have made my suitcase really heavy. So as soon as I get back home, I will mail them out to you. And I will also reach out to you personally, just in case for whatever reason you don't even see this video and you don't even know you want my book. I will reach out to you personally via private message. And also, if you are listening and hear your name, please send me your physical mailing address, your snail mail address, in a private message. And if that's a security issue for you, then just send me a message telling me that, and I will give you an email that you can send it to. Okay, I wish I had a book. I don't have a book. Okay, so what I did was, all I asked was that, you know, to win one of my books is just share any one of my videos. Some of you shared tons. But even if you just shared once, I'm so grateful to you. I really appreciate that, because again, this isn't about anything but the reason I want you to share my videos is because there might be somebody out there that you know or not even aware of who's suffering, right? And so may help them on a dark day, hopefully. Okay. The winners of my book are, and I'm going to, in my best English, pronounce a couple of these names. Maybe I won't even try, because I don't want to butcher them. The first winner is Marianne Giddle. Trish Patrick. Thank you, Trish, for sharing my videos. I super appreciate that. And for all your comments too. Like, all of you had some awesome comments. Jadviga. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I hope I said it right. Jadviga. Tammy Ecker Bertram. Sonia Kester. Hey, Sonia, I really appreciate you being here all the time and your comments, and just sending you lots of love for that, for showing up. Rebel Vance, Chan or Shan Divers. Bonnie Campbell Schmelzer. Bonnie, I know this is not for you personally. And it is for somebody that you know. So I do hope this helps. I know how much pain it is for any of you out there who have not been in a relationship yourself with a narcissist, but you've watched somebody you love, perhaps a son or a daughter, or a good friend, and you feel powerless to help them. That is enough. That's pain in and of itself, isn't it? Also Melissa Dixon and Michelle Breeze. Michelle, I know that we've talked a lot, and so I would love to send this to you as well. Okay, so yeah, congratulations. Okay, like I said, I'll send it when I get back home. And if you could please send me your address in a private message. If you don't want to do that on a Facebook message, because trust me, I experienced having somebody, the you-know-who, because narcissists love to stalk, right? It's like narcissists, stalkers, pathological layers. It's all in the same, it's all, that's what they are. You can't separate them. So I know what it's like because I had my own Facebook issues with messaging that were intercepted. So if there is an issue, again, just let me know in a private message. I will send you an email that you can send it to. Okay, so Angie is just saying, because I was just talking about no matter how long you've been in a narcissistic abusive relationship, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you've been in it for a year or 40 years, right? So she's just saying that even though it was brief, it was hurtful. Absolutely, and please don't discount. You know, sometimes I'm when I first talk to a woman and I'm hearing her story, and I get this sometimes where, let's say you've just been with them for a year, or maybe, and you don't have children, maybe you never married them or whatever else. It doesn't matter. The pain that has been caused to you is still valid and important and needs to be addressed, right? So how long you've been with a narcissist, it's painful no matter what, right? And it's something that you have to deal with and get through. Of course, the longer you are with a narcissist, the more you're invested. I would say the real kick in the ass is when you have children with a narcissist, because, you know, speaking for me, being a mother and watching my children hurt was far harder than me being hurt, right? Like, I was a grown-up and I could handle a lot of this stuff. Yes, it was painful. Yes, all of that. But being an adult, I could process it and move through it and, you know, guide myself through the process of recovery and healing, whereas children cannot, right? They're not emotionally capable enough to travel that road. And so, so yes, absolutely, when you share children and then you have to go through, let's say, divorce and custody, and again, remember the analogy of reaching in and eating your heart in front of you? That's what it feels like when it comes to your kids. Okay. So this is a comfy couch. Anyway, it has been my pleasure to be here with you all. I just want to remind you before, again, I am limited on time, so I just have to keep my eye on the clock, because I'm going to meet a group of fantastic, beautiful people who all have some sort of experience with a narcissist and need support, guidance, help, maybe some hugs, you know. So I just want to remind all of you that are still either in the darkness or possibly still have one foot in it, whether you maybe still have feelings for the one who hurt you, maybe you've gone back once, twice, multiple times, and it's never getting better. Maybe you're still in love with the one who hurt you. All of these factors, all of these feelings that you have, I just want you to know that these are all normal, right? This isn't, you can't compare being in a relationship with a narcissist to any other, to a relationship with two healthy people, okay? Just like you can't compare going through a divorce process. When you have two healthy people who at the very least respect each other and are just good people, right? Like, I've said this before, I don't know why it's so hard for some people to be good people, but it is. So you can't compare either your progress or your lack of progress or your experience or anything else with somebody else who is in going through a divorce or breakup, whatever, with another emotionally healthy person. It's completely different. And this is where you need to be careful with all that victim blaming that I talk a lot about, because victim blamers, and again, some of them can do so without knowing that they're doing so. So I always advocate for, if somebody goes to victim blame you, like says something like, why don't you just get over him and move on? Or why did you stay so long? Or I always advocate for educating that person first, because some people know not what they do, and they actually do love you and want to help, but maybe, they feel powerless or they don't know what to do, so they just say something stupid. But after that, you need to figure out who are the people that are actual victim blamers and are going to stay that way, even if you've told them that, hey, this really hurts me, or I know you don't understand, but this is my journey and this is how I have to go through it, right? If you find yourself explaining to people, if you find yourself in doubt for your own experience, for your own story, like you're starting to believe the other person when they're like, isn't there kind of something wrong with you though? Isn't there two sides to the story though? Those people, or the ones who simply just can't get off the fence and come 100% to your side. And remember, not 80%, 100% to your side, right? That means they're not even close to that fence. These are the people that you need to remove from your immediate space. The hard part of that is some of these people may be your very close friends. They may be your family members, like sisters, or they may be your parents. This is the hard part about recovery and healing. But I want you to know that what you have gone through requires you to put yourself now as a priority, to take care of yourself, and all that love and compassion and patience and forgiveness that you used to give to the narcissist who never deserved it. Now you need to take it all back and give it all to yourself, especially if you have kids. Okay? This is how you're going to get to the other side. This is how you're going to leave the darkness behind you for good. If you are constantly still keeping, tabs or having those connections that don't benefit you and that are maybe even hurting you or re-traumatizing you, which is very possible, I'll give you an example. When you have what you think is a really good friend, a close friend, start to not be 100% on your side, right? That's really difficult to navigate and sort of make that break of, no, I deserve better than this, right? I will tell you this. Here's what I've learned about those fence-sitter friends. They're not really friends. They're not really friends. I wouldn't treat a friend like that. If my friend, I would never be on the fence with a friend. I just wouldn't do that. And I don't think it's that hard. If my friend was hurting because of somebody else and that other person was hurting them on purpose, I don't see where the gray area is here, folks. I just really don't. So you deserve better than that, right? And I will tell you that once you start moving out the toxic people around you, or the fence sitters, or the victim blamers, or the flying monkeys. See, these are all terms, right, that all narcissist victims know. Everybody else like, what the hell are you talking about? Once you remove them out of your immediate space, that opens up space, right? That opens up your heart for real friends, true friends. It opens up your world and your life and your heart and your soul for real love, not abuse disguised as love. I just want to make sure. Okay, good. So this is just, this is what I want to leave you with more than anything else, is that you've been through the ringer if you've loved a narcissist. I don't care how long, I don't care if you're married, I don't care if you have kids. I mean, I do care, you know what I mean? I'm saying that no matter the details that come along with it, when you come out of loving a narcissist, you are at a place where you might not recognize the woman in the mirror. You probably don't have much self-worth or self-esteem because that's been kicked out of you. You probably have a brain full of scrambled eggs and it's hard to think straight, courtesy of gaslighting that the narcissist is a master of, combined with just your basic, being lied to, finding out about a double life, being cheated on, that stuff. So this has never been a more important time for you to take care of yourself. I know it may seem hopeless, and I know this journey is super difficult. I've said it a million times. It's like labor, like the worst labor ever, where it's not a matter of if you're going to feel pain. It's just a matter of to what degree sometimes, right? On any given day. You have to go through it. You have to go through it. Take it from me. I've been there. I've been down to the dark side. Met the devil, who is a far lovelier chap than any narcissist. That's my experience. So you have to go through it. You got to feel this pain. You have to go through that separation of yourself from people who maybe wish you harm on, purpose. Those are the bad ones. You stay away from them. But also the ones who are passive aggressive, those are the fence sitters, who are like, they say they're there for you. They say they're your friend, but really? Just ask yourself this with every single person that you are coming across on your healing journey, right? Just ask yourself this. When you're with them, do you feel safe? 100% safe. What that means is, do you feel like you could tell them anything and they're going to believe you? So you feel safe. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to argue the point, right? You don't have to you're not going to feel like you're in the witness chair. And the other question is to ask yourself is, when you leave their presence, do you feel better or do you feel worse? If you feel worse, and if you do not feel safe, and I don't care if it's your own parent or your best friend, you have to put yourself first and remove those people from your life. It doesn't have to be a thing. Okay? It does not have to be a thing. It just has to be a simple no. I've decided that I am not going to contribute my time or energy or anything into this relationship any longer. Go with God, but go that way, in that direction, because I need my safe 100% people in my life, right? That's what you deserve. So I'm going to, yay, Reno. Yeah, I really haven't seen outside. Well, I have a lovely view, but I'm in this humongous casino. It said resort when I booked it, but of course I'm in Reno, so I guess everything is a casino. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't think I'm a casino person. It takes me just all I can just to like walk through the smoke-filled lobby. I wanted to say, just leaving you all here today, that you are worthy. You are worthy of a better life than this. And these things that I'm saying to you, these are things that I'm also saying to my younger self when I was in that position, right? Speaking of, I was saying about all that forgiveness, that because when you're with a narcissist, you gotta be full of forgiveness, right? Because they're always doing shit. And then they apologize, or maybe not, or whatever, or gaslight you, or make you feel like you're the one with the problem, all of that. So you're constantly having to forgive, right? This is huge in that you need to take all of that forgiveness now, and I need you to forgive yourself. That's what I had to do. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself for whatever you're mad at yourself for. I was mad at myself for staying too long. And for, these are words that I used to say to myself. I was pissed that I stayed too long. I was ashamed that I put up with it. I was sad that what I thought was so much of my life was stolen from me. I was heartbroken because my future, as I had planned it, was taken from me without my consent. It's just blown up. No more future there. I'm talking about how I felt at the time. These are things I needed to forgive myself for, right? That's what you need to do. Don't worry about your ex. Don't worry. Narcissists will do fine. They will do fine. They'll just continue on in their vampire selves, eating hearts out of other people that you have no responsibility to. You just need to take care of yourself because you're worth it. I'm telling you. I don't care how old you are either. People, I am 51 and I'm just getting started on this fantastic life that was, unbeknownst to me, was waiting for me the whole time to come and be a part of it, right? It was waiting for me way back when I was like, my life sucks. I have no hope. I should just kill myself. I was done. There was no hope left in my world. So to get from there to here, it's the best feeling, right? And you can do this too. I promise. I promise. You just got to go through it. You got to go through the pain. You got to face some hard truths. When you look back at the past, you got to shatter all those illusions you have about the one you love. You have to accept things like narcissists do what they do on purpose. They know what they're doing. They know they're hurting you. And if you let them, they'll hurt you again. Period. So if you have been in a relationship and loved a narcissist, and I mean, I've always said a true narcissist, or even let's just go out on a limb here and say an abusive personality, right? And what I mean by abusive is you got a healthy person who makes a mistake and possibly hurts you, and maybe even hurts you deeply because they made a mistake, and then they are mortified and remorseful that they hurt you, so they change it. Even if you don't, forgive them or whatever, but they are remorseful and they try with all their might not to hurt you like that again. A narcissist hurts you, know that they're hurting you, and continues to hurt you. He may say, oh, I'll never do that again, and then they do it again. This is something that you have to come to that realization. It is a super painful illusion to shatter because you're having to admit that you loved an illusion, right? And this person that you invested everything in and loved beyond words did not love you back. Narcissists don't love. Abusers, that's not love. If somebody is abusing you, that's not love. It's not love, period. So this is all part of the process. This is the pain that you need to go through to get to the other side. But here's the great news. You can do this. You know why? Because you were stronger than the narcissist that whole time. You're smarter than the narcissist, definitely stronger. You're all of these things. All of these fantastic, you're more resilient, you're creative, you're wonderful, you're bright, all of that. You have great contributions to make. You're a wonderful parent if you have kids. You're a good parent. All of these things that a narcissist broke you down for is exactly what you actually were. We're all better than narcissists. That's easy. The hard part is remembering that. reminding yourself that you are the treasure. You are the jewel, right? And the narcissist should just count his lucky stars that he had any time with you at all. Now you're on to bigger and better things. Okay. I am off to my event with Chris Godinez. I have had a ball doing this. I'll do something else. I didn't know what, but I'll figure it out. I'll let you know. Anyway, you got me on my page. You know I'm posting all the time about, I'm not shutting up about narcissists. Y'all know that. I think everybody knows that. Well, I'm just going to, we all know that. I'm going to keep talking. Okay. Sending love to all of you out there who are watching this video, whether now or as a recording, and you are in that place of darkness. I am sending hope to those of you who have no hope today, and strength to those of you who think that you're not strong. Because you are. You're much stronger than you think. You've just been brainwashed and conditioned to think that you're not. So I'm sending lots of hope, strength, and love to all of you. And I will send all the winners that I mentioned. Again, you can send me your mailing address, but I will be in touch with you as soon as I get home, and then I'll send off those books. Okay, everybody, goodbye from Reno. Off I go to meet some other fabulous people. All right, love to you all, and ciao for now. For now, till we meet again.